It was a quaint little town called Willowbrook, nestled deep within the dense woods of Maine. For years, the residents lived in peaceful harmony, unaware of the horrors that lurked beneath the surface. But as the days grew shorter and darkness seeped into the hearts of the townsfolk, an insidious curse emerged, forever altering the lives of those unfortunate enough to be caught in its grasp. It started innocently enough. Emily Hastings, a young woman in her 20s, noticed a small blemish on her forearm. It looked like an ordinary mosquito bite, but within days, it transformed into a grotesque, pulsating sore. The pain was unbearable, as if something was wriggling beneath her skin. Emily sought medical help, but the doctors were baffled. They prescribed ointments and antibiotics, but the wound only grew worse. Soon, others in Willowbrook began to experience similar afflictions. The once flourishing community became a breeding ground for body horror. People's flesh began to distort and mutate, as if an unseen force was reshaping their very beings. Panic spread like wildfire, and the town became a haunting spectacle of grotesque forms and agonized screams. Dr. Marcus Caldwell, a renowned dermatologist, arrived in Willowbrook, drawn by the reports of the mysterious epidemic. He was a man of unwavering determination, willing to unravel the enigma that plagued the town. Armed with his medical knowledge and an insatiable curiosity, he dove headfirst into the nightmarish abyss. His investigation led him to an abandoned laboratory hidden deep within the woods, where he discovered an ancient journal. Its pages detailed the experiments of a deranged scientist named Dr. Victor Crowley, who had once resided in Willowbrook. Driven by a relentless pursuit of power, Crowley had conducted macabre experiments on the human body, seeking to manipulate flesh and transcend the boundaries of mortality. Dr. Caldwell's heart raced as he read the journal's final entry. It spoke of a curse that would befall the town, an insidious repercussion of Crowley's unholy tampering with life itself. The curse would forever alter the inhabitants, causing their bodies to decay and mutate until they became monstrous abominations, trapped in an eternal hell of their own flesh. With newfound determination, Dr. Caldwell raced back to the town, armed with the knowledge he had acquired. But it was too late. Willowbrook had succumbed to the curse, and its people were beyond salvation. The streets were littered with grotesque forms, their bodies twisted and misshapen. The air was thick with the stench of decay and despair. Dr. Caldwell's heart sank as he witnessed the depths of the horror that had consumed the town. But amidst the chaos, he caught a glimpse of Emily, the young woman who had been the first victim. Her body was now a grotesque, fleshy mass, barely resembling anything human. Her eyes, however, still held a glimmer of recognition. "Help me, doctor," she croaked, her voice barely audible amidst the moans of agony that surrounded them. Dr. Caldwell's eyes welled up with tears as he realized the futility of his efforts. There was no cure, no escape from the curse that had befallen Willowbrook. He knelt beside Emily, his trembling hands reaching out to touch her misshapen form. "I'm so sorry," he whispered, his voice choked with sorrow. "There's nothing I can do." As the last vestiges of humanity slipped away from Emily's eyes, Dr. Caldwell knew he was forever bound to the town and its curse. The once prominent dermatologist, now a broken man, became a permanent resident of the cursed Willowbrook. His flesh began to distort, mirroring the grotesque transformation that had befallen its residents. The curse, like a relentless predator, claimed its final victim. Days turned into weeks, weeks into months, and months into years. Dr. Caldwell wandered the desolate streets, his body deteriorating with each passing day. The pain became a constant companion, an agonizing reminder of his inability to escape the clutches of the curse. The once renowned dermatologist had become a pitiful shell of his former self, a testament to the horrors that awaited anyone who dared to challenge the laws of nature. Willowbrook became a ghost town, shrouded in a thick veil of silence and decay. Its cursed inhabitants, grotesque and tormented, roamed the streets aimlessly, their wails and moans echoing through the empty buildings. They were trapped, their bodies a twisted amalgamation of flesh and suffering, forever prisoners in their own personal hells. Dr. Caldwell, now reduced to a disfigured figure barely recognizable as human, found solace in the depths of the abandoned laboratory. Amidst the shattered glass and decaying equipment, he delved into his own madness, consumed by the cursed knowledge he had acquired. The line between scientific curiosity and madness blurred, as he experimented on himself, desperate to understand the nature of the curse that had damned him. But his self-imposed torture yielded no answers, only an amplified agony that etched itself deeper into his being. He had become a living testament to the consequences of tampering with the fabric of life. Driven by despair and an insatiable desire for release, he yearned for the sweet embrace of death, the only liberation from his cursed existence. One moonlit night, as the winds whispered mournfully through the abandoned streets, Dr. Caldwell reached his breaking point. He climbed to the highest point of the dilapidated laboratory, his body a grotesque testament to the curse that had devoured Willowbrook. With a final, tortured scream, he leaped into the void, his shattered form disappearing into the darkness below.